Good day. I'm delighted to be speaking to you again after another successful year of trading. We've made good progress in our quest to make sure that Zimpapers remain sustainably profitable. In line with our vision of becoming a fully integrated media house, we launched ZTN Prime on multi-choice DSTV platform channel 294. This strengthens our revenue diversification strategy, whose pillars already include print, radio, and digital. I can confidently assure you that growth opportunities still exist in the media landscape, especially in television and digital. The World Association of News report published last year shows that global digital revenue grew by 10.7% year-on-year, and this growth should be sustained this year. We continue to invest in digital storytelling training, new technologies, and audience development to take full advantage of this growth. However, our printed newspapers still remain the mainstay of our business. Our print revenue at 67% of group total revenue were in line with global trends. The World Association of News report I mentioned before shows that while revenues coming from print activities continue to decline gradually, print advertising and print circulation combined still generate over half of most publishers' total income. The operating environment has been difficult. The economy has continued to suffer from COVID-19, the COVID-19 pandemic that created unprecedented global challenges. However, the government responded swiftly and introduced measures that mitigated the impact of the pandemic. In this regard, Zimpapers has done extremely well by achieving 99% vaccination with no COVID-19 fatality. The management of COVID-19, amongst other health issues, remain a critical agenda for the business. The global supply chain challenges arising from the Russia-Ukraine conflict and global warming continues to pose operational difficulties, resulting in energy price increases, shortages of raw materials, and prolonged dry spells that have affected the agricultural yields. Despite these challenges, the company performed relatively well. Esteemed shareholders, your company embarked on sustainability reporting, where we were covering human capital management, climate impact and actions, corporate social impacts, economic impacts, and contribution to sustainable development as we aim to create sustainable value for all our key stakeholders. Good governance is the epitome of our business as we continue to look at opportunities of making your company a benchmark in sustainable governance. Your company continues to play its mandate of informing, educating, and entertaining whilst creating value for the stakeholders. I want to thank you for your continued faith in the board, management, and workers in general. I want to once again thank our advertisers, readers, listeners, and viewers for their support. I hand you over to the Group CEO for an operational overview.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm glad to report that the group has performed fairly well over the past 5 months, with our top line growing by 209% over the same period last year, while our bottom line grew by 143% compared to last year. Although our Finance Director Harare will be sharing with you the final details of our financial performance, let me state that the group's operating divisions have all been profitable over the period under review, with the exception, of course, of our new baby ZTN that we finally launched on the DSTV platform last month, as already stated by our chairman. The launch of ZTN on May 24 this year is set to propel Zimpapers on a new revenue trajectory, which we expect will add value to our media group. This is a culmination of several years of hard work as we sought to fully diversify our media operations. Our long-awaited entry into the television space is expected to stimulate growth in this sector, which had been dominated by a single player for several decades. Television ad spend in regional economies like South Africa and Kenya accounts for billions of dollars, while print revenues in similar markets have been waning due to dwindling circulations. With a diversified media group and a portfolio, our investors are assured that their investment continues to be protected against possible headwinds associated with migration from print to digital. After the euphoria of the launch and the build-up to our going live, our ZTN Prime team has hit the ground running to ensure that we give our audience the best television viewing experience in Zimbabwe with our diversified content, offering that range from news, sports, lifestyle, magazine shows, to captivating local dramas and features. We are expecting to grow television audiences substantially, thereby attracting the much-needed advertising dollars that will buttress our revenues going into the future. While a lot of effort is being put into ensuring that ZTN becomes a commercial success, we have not neglected our legacy media business, which is our newspapers. We have continued to invest in our print newsrooms through equipping our journalists with current digital skills and tools, as well as developing cutting-edge digital apps. We have seen very encouraging growth on our digital platforms that include e-papers, websites, and newsletters in terms of both audiences and revenue, even though the bulk of our revenue and profit still comes from the printed newspapers. Our editors and journalists have not stopped reimagining our content and design formats to ensure that our titles continue to be the first choice for content. Even though digital transformation is moving at a very fast pace, we believe that newspapers are going to be with us for the foreseeable future, and we have started programs to engage young and future readers in schools to encourage them to read our publications, among other strategies. All our publications are still in circulation despite the negative challenges of COVID-19 and the newsprint supply chain disruptions caused by the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Turning to the radio business, our investment in radio continues to bear fruit with positive contribution to both revenue and bottom line, especially by Star FM and Diamond FM, while more work still needs to be done to improve the fortunes of Capitalk and Nyami Nyami. We are happy that Star FM and the Herald continue to dominate the Super Brands Awards, confirming listeners' and readers' trust in our content and brands. Let me comment briefly on our commercial printing operations. To improve our printing and processing capacity at NatPrint, we have invested in a new additional guillotine that will ensure jobs are processed much faster, thereby drastically reducing turnaround time for printing orders. However, this business operation continues to be hamstrung by severe shortages of imported stocks, such as specialized paper substrates, due to difficulties in accessing foreign currency. The digital space. We are strong believers in the fourth industrial revolution and continue to pursue digital agility in the development of current and new products in order to gain digital advantage by availing new platforms and services for our customers and stakeholders across our business divisions. Our television network is now available on digital satellite television, where our collaboration with MultiChoice has enabled us to reach viewers across Zimbabwe. Similarly, all our 4 radio stations are accessible to the whole world via a reliable 24/7 audio streaming digital platform, Iono, with advanced features that allow us to analyze the consumption patterns and customize our programming to improve our services. During the peak of COVID-19 pandemic, we were challenged to provide digital reader solutions for both individuals and institutions who required our news and services in digital form. And we availed the Zimpapers Press Reader app, which enables readers to access all our newspapers through third-party intranets. We primarily developed this solution for hotels, but universities and government institutions are also warming up to this innovation. In the same vein, our newspapers are available on a global platform, DocSend, that recently added new analytical features to give us more insights into what the readers want and how we can improve customer experience. Over the past 6 months, we have grown our digital presence both on our websites and all our social media platforms to a combined 7 million viewers and followers, from just over 3 million at the end of last year. And the next step is monetizing these numbers to improve our digital revenues from the current contribution to a target of 10% to total revenue. With this, we firmly believe our future looks bright and opportunities in both the media and print and packaging industries are limitless. I now hand over to Farai for the numbers.
I am happy to present the financial trading update for the first 5 months to 31 May 2022. Let me start by reporting the positive volume growth recorded by the newspapers and radio broadcasting divisions, where total volume grew by 7% and 21% respectively when compared to same period last year. Whilst these two divisions recorded growth, the commercial printing division declined by 22% as a result of the severe shortage of imported stocks due to difficulties in accessing foreign currency. In line with the positive volume growth and our disciplined pricing regime, the group revenue in historical terms at 2.5 billion was 209% better than same period last year. Operating profit before tax grew by 143% to 242 million. In compliance with International Accounting Standard 29, financial reporting in hyperinflation economies, the group's primary set of financial statements are the restated numbers. The restated numbers are reported in Zimbabwe dollars and have been the basis of this commentary unless were stated otherwise. In hyperinflation terms, the group's revenues increased by 63% to 3.1 billion from 1.9 billion for the same period last year. All the operational divisions recorded revenue growth, with the newspapers growing by 61%. The broadcasting division grew by 74%, whilst the commercial printing division and the television channel grew by 53% and 79% respectively. The newspapers division continued to contribute more to group revenues at 66%, 16% from the broadcasting division, whilst the commercial printing division and ZTN contributed 15% and 3% respectively. Net profit before monetary gains or losses increased by 24% to 297 million compared to 240 million for 2021, due to high operating costs mainly on fuel, energy, repairs and maintenance, borrowing costs and utilities. Net profit margin declined to 9.5% compared to 12.5% for the same period last year. All the operational divisions were profitable. The newspaper division recorded a 67% profit growth to 349 million. Broadcasting division increased by 115% to 97 million, and the commercial printing division went up by 30 million from a loss of 1.7 million for the same period last year. The newly launched ZTN channel made a loss of 181 million, driven by high costs that were incurred in preparation for its launch at the background of low revenue performance. We are positive that the television channel will stimulate growth for the company, as there are significant growth opportunities in the television media space. Owing to some liquidity challenges during the period under review, trade receivables increased by 104% to 829 million, an increase that was below the historical revenue growth of 209%. The business remains exposed to value erosion arising from late payments by some of our credit clients as we operate in a hyperinflationary environment. Management is making concerted efforts to improve the collection cycle and reduce this risk. In historical terms, CapEx investments of 72 million were made during the period compared to 105 million for same period last year. The board and management continually assesses the ability of the group to continue as a going concern in light of the operational challenges that include COVID-19, global supply chain constraints, foreign currency shortages, amongst others. Key issues remain on delivering on our priorities and ensuring sustainable growth of the business to secure its future existence. I thank you.